at some place. For that we need to detect the error and also we need to correct those errors. Okay, for that we are going to a technique known as error detection and correction. Today's agenda is we will discuss about the previous session. Next, what are the error detection? In error detection, what are the different types of error? Namely, we have single bit error and burst error. Next, we have the error detection techniques, namely single dimensional, two dimensional, checksum, and CRC. Next, what are the error correction techniques? In error correction techniques, we have redundancy, Hamming code, and parity bit. Okay, today the first topic is before going into the first topic, we'll discuss about the previous session. Okay, in the last session, due to some problem, Anuradha madam has taken the class. Okay, give example for analog signal. The first question is give example for analog signal. Based on the previous class, the review questions are repeated. The first question is give example for analog signal. Saravanan from C section. Saravanan from C section. Saravanan. Okay, Sai Vidya. Okay, can you say me the example for analog signal? Okay, wait. I will come again. Sai Vidya, whether now the screen is visible? Sai Vidya. Now it's visible. Okay, can you answer me the first question? Give the example for analog signal. The first option is audio recording and reproduction. Second, human voice. Third is digital watch. Audio recording. Okay, whether the human voice is digital. Human voice is also an analog signal. Okay, the answer is audio recording and second human voice. Both are correct. Next, Pritika from B section. Pritika. Okay, N Pavitra from B section. Pavitra, give the example for digital signal, digital pen, digital phone, thermometer. Digital pen. Okay. Digital pen, digital phones are the answer for the second question. Next, Sindhuja from C section. Sindhuja, a signal that repeat itself for a certain period of time is known as okay periodic signal. If it does not repeat for a certain period of time, then we will call it as a periodic signal. Okay, very good. Okay, next Sherin from C section. Name the address which has the value of MAC address of destination device. Broadcast address. Okay, the answer is unicast address. Okay, the answer is unicast. You answer me the last question. Name the address which forward the frames to group of address in a LAN. Already in the very first class itself, we have seen about what is meant by unicast address, multicast, and broadcast. Okay, multicast address. The answer is correct. Unicast means one-to-one. Multicast means we will be sending to a particular group. Broadcast means we will be sending to everyone. Okay. Okay, next we will move into the today's session. In the today's session, the first topic is error detection. In the error, see how we can find whether an error has occurred. First, we have to know how we can identify whether an error has occurred. For that, we have to see the difference between the transmitted signal and the received signal. Okay, at the transmitter side, we will be sending a message to the receiver. In the receiver side, the receiver will be receiving that information. What is the difference? What is the change that is occurred in this in the data that is sent from the transmitter that is received at the receiver? We will see the difference. The same signal is received at the receiver side means there is no error. If there is any change, if the received signal is not identical with the transmitted signal means we will be knowing that an error has occurred in between somewhere. See, when data is transmitted from one device to another device, the system does not guarantee whether the data received by the device is identical to the data transmitted by another device. This the system does not guarantee you. Okay, we have to identify. For that, we are going into the topic known as error detection. Okay, before going into error detection, what are the different types of errors that may be occurred in the system? We have to first know what are the different types of errors that can be occurred. For that, the first is single bit error, the next is burst error. Burst error means, single bit error means only a single bit in the data unit is affected means that we will be calling it as a single bit error. 1001, in that whether 0 or 1 any single bit is affected means it is known as single bit error. Suppose if two or more bits in a data unit is affected, that thing we will be calling it as a burst error. Burst error also we will be calling it as multiple error. Okay, single bit error and multiple error. Multiple error is also known as burst error. Next, single bit error. See, from the figure itself you can easily understand. See here, this the data unit we have sent is 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. Here at the receiver side, see here what we have sent is 0 1 0 0. Here 0 1 0 1. Okay, from the transmitter side what we have sent, the same thing should be received at the receiver. If the same thing is received means we can come into a conclusion that there is no error. See here, a single bit 0 in the transmitter side is changed to 1, 0 changed to 1 in the receiver side. Here this type of error we will be calling it as a single bit error. Single bit error mainly occurs in parallel data transmission. Okay, in parallel data transmission mostly there will be occurring only a single bit of error. Okay, in serial means serial data transmission multiple errors will occur. See here, the only one bit of a given data unit is changed from 1 to 0 or from 0 to 1 means we will be calling it as a single bit error. Next is burst error. Okay, burst error is also known as, already I said, burst error is also known as multiple error. Here two or more bits in the data unit will be affected. That is, there will be error in two or more bits. This type of errors we will be calling it as burst error. Okay, here two or more bits are changed from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 0. This type of error we will be calling it as a burst error. Here see this, here two or more bits means multiple there is multiple error, so we'll be calling it as a burst error. See here, the sent, what we have sent, the data unit we have sent is in the yellow color. Okay, here next at the receiver side, see the red color data unit what we have received. Here 0 is in this transmitter side we have sent 0, in the receiver it has been received as 1. Again the second one 0 1. Next next the 0 is received as 1. See here, the errors occurred in the 1 to 4th position and also 5th position and also the 8th position. Okay, here the length of the burst, that is the where the error has occurred, here the 4th bit the error has started. Next 5th 6th 7th 8th bit the error has stopped. So here the length of the burst error is, that is the length of the multiple bit error is 5. Okay, the error mark suggests the error mark will say you the corrupted bits. What are the bits that are corrupted? This type of error we will be calling it as burst error or multiple bit error. Already I said burst error most likely occur in serial data transmission. Uh, Single bit error will be occurring in parallel data transmission. Multiple bit error will be occurring in serial data transmission. Next, error detection techniques. In the error detection techniques, the most popular methods are single parity check. This is single parity check. We will be calling it as one dimensional parity check. Okay. Next is two dimensional parity check. Third is checksum. At last, CRC, cyclic redundancy check. These four are the most popular error detecting techniques we will be using in our day-to-day life. Okay. Next, single parity check. Okay, before going into the error detection techniques, we will revise once again. Venkatesh, from C section, are you there? Venkatesh? Okay, Obia from B section. Ovia. Ovia, what is meant by single bit error and what is meant by a burst error? Okay. Okay, next, burst error. Okay, okay, very good, very good. Okay, next, Naveen, are you there? Naveen? Pranesh? Pranesh from B section. Okay, Meghnashri? Meghnashri? How you can know whether an error has occurred? Okay, very good. Okay, okay, we will move on to the error detection techniques. In the error detection techniques, first is nothing but the single parity check. This is also known as one dimensional parity check. So in this technique, a redundant bit is also known as a parity bit. The redundant bit, we will be calling it as a parity bit. From the name itself, we can know that redundant bit means we will be adding an extra bit to the data unit. Okay, keep in mind everyone listen carefully here. Redundant bit means we will be adding an extra bit to the data unit. Okay, redundant bit means adding extra bits is nothing but redundant bit. Okay, in this technique a redundant bit is also known as a parity bit, which is appended at the end of the data unit. Okay, so in the data unit at the end we will be adding a parity bit or a redundant bit, see, so that the number of ones becomes even. Okay, if the number of ones bits is odd, then the parity bit 1 is appended, and if the number of ones bits is even, the parity bit 0 is appended at the end of the data unit. See, keep in mind here, from the sender we will be sending the data unit as 1011011. See, everyone listen carefully, this is the important topic in your first unit. In the first unit, the two important topics is the first and foremost one is OSI model, the 7 layers you will be explaining. The second is error detection and correction. This is compulsorily you will be getting a question from error detection. In the single parity check, from the sender you will be sending the data unit as 1011011. See here, next we have to compute the parity bit. Okay, from the data unit 1011011, Number of ones in the data unit is the first bit, third, fourth, sixth, and seventh. Okay, there are five ones in the data unit. Number of ones in the data unit is 5. Okay, number of ones in the data unit is 5. 5 means if the number of ones is even means, if the number of ones is even means we will be appending 0 a parity bit. If the number of ones in the data unit is data unit is odd means we will be appending 1. Okay, here 1 5 5 ones are there in the data unit. If there are 5 ones in the data unit means we can know that for 5 is nothing but odd number. For odd number we will be appending 1. For even number we will be appending 0. Appending means or adding. Okay, uh, if it is the number of ones in the data unit is odd, that is 5 3 means we will be adding 1. Okay, if it is even means we will be adding 0 at the end of the data unit. Here after computing the parity bit we have computed, and 1 is appended at the end. Next, through the transmission medium we are sending it to the receiver side. At the receiver side, here once again it will compute the parity bit. See here at the receiver end, here in the transmitter side we have sent the even parity bit. See, five ones are there, we have appended one extra ones so that it becomes even. Okay, now through the transmission medium we have sent the data unit with the parity bit. Once again it will compute the parity bit. If it is even means the data will be accepted by the receiver, or else if it is odd means the data will be rejected. Okay, clear students? Once again I will explain you, listen carefully. From the sender we will be sending the data unit. From the data unit we will be computing the parity bit. How to compute the parity bit means we will be counting the number of ones in the data unit. Okay, if there are 4 ones, even 4 ones means it is even. If it is even means we will be appending 0. Here the number of ones is 5, that is 5 means odd. If it is odd means we will be appending 1. Okay, we will be appending 1, then it becomes even. From the transmitter side we will be sending the even, then at the receiver side we have to receive the even. Okay, next through the transmission medium we will be sending the data unit with the parity bit. Again once again it will compute the parity bit. If it is even means the data will be accepted, if it is odd means the data will be rejected. See here, what is the main disadvantage means if it is even means it will be accepted, if it is odd means rejected. Here including the parity bit we have six six ones, so it is even. If any one data, that is here two zeros are there. Okay, if any a single zero will be changed means it will become odd, so the data will not be accepted by the receiver, because if one bit is changed means it will be changed into odd, so it cannot accept the data. If two bits are changed means again it becomes an even. Okay, if two bits are already there are 6 ones including the parity bit, if two bits are changed means it will be converting into 8. Okay, 8 means it's also again an even number, so it will be accepting. So the main drawback of single parity check is it will be accepting only the even number of bits. If a single bit is varied means it is applicable for the single parity check. If two bits changed means again once again it will accept the data unknowingly. It is the main drawback of single parity check. Okay. Okay. Next, Sri Vaishnavi from C section, are you there? Sri Vaishnavi from C section. Sri Vaishnavi, are you there? Whether it's audible? Whether it's audible? Okay. Vaishnavi, can you explain me the single parity check once again? Okay,